Have you ever heard of the uncooked meat diet? That is right, a diet which consists of eating raw meat all day, every day. Individuals on the raw meat diet say that they eat it for health reasons because it is more nutritious. After all, some studies indicate that the process of ingesting meat may lessen the content of particular minerals and vitamins. Other raw meat enthusiasts report having more energy along with an increase in sexual drive. However, none of this can be encouraged by overwhelming evidence. And if it were, will the excellent effects outweigh all of the bad ones? There's just one way to discover. Let us give it a try. Before we get into the effects an all raw meat diet could have on the human body, let us look at how you would consume it at the first location. You would have to cut up the uncooked meat into little, bite-sized pieces. Human teeth fight to break down raw meat. They are almost useless. We don't have the sharp canine teeth to chop and slice through uncooked meat. If you bit a bit of raw game, you would fight to contemplate it. It'd be like gum, and you'd only be chewing indefinitely. Plus, it does not get any greater as soon as you swallow it, because ingesting uncooked meat can do long-term harm to your body. I really don't know about you. However, I could sure go for some cooked meat right now. Let's be honest, however, raw meat versus cooked meat? I understand what I am picking. I like the barbecue too much. In fact, I'm making some beef jerky right now. Let's have a look. You cannot smell this, but it's the odor of smoke and beef. It is hickory smoke, and it is the eye of this round that I'm making. Oh, my god, there it is, and it seems like it's just about done, so we'll make this fast. And I created a lot of it over the years, and people tend to really like it. I actually thought of going into business with it. Beginning full-time jerky organization, this is no lie. However, I did go ahead and make my own little beef jerky website. The very best beef jerky that you will ever eat, and that is no lie. I wish you can taste it. I am sorry I cannot give it to you. You know, millions of people are now searching for extra ways to make money or perhaps even starting new businesses of their own. Going out and making their very own beef jerky business. Well, one thing I'd suggest if you're starting your business is do a site of your own. I'd propose utilizing Squarespace, the host of the video. Does Squarespace possess industry-leading designs? It has also got a whole bunch of tools that assist make your life simple. Whether it is their blogging tools, or their workflow resources. One factor that stood out for me was their societal networking integration. The content you post on your site can immediately be routed out to Twitter or Facebook. Consider it, Jerky of This Month Club. The thing about subscriptions? It's recurring annual earnings, or weekly earnings. Anyways, it is a no-brainer, check it out. I really could chat about barbecue and smoked meat all day, but that is not what is on the menu now. Instead, we've got this. Raw meat. Does it not seem as attractive as cooked beef, but it may also cause you a great deal of trouble. Undercooked or raw poultry and meat can be infected with dangerous bacteria, such as E. coli, Salmonella, and Yersinia. When you can find bacteria in the meat, it may make you really sick. Normally, this includes nausea, stomach nausea, vomiting, and a fever. And if you feel fine after eating your first raw meat dish, then only wait a little bit before passing judgment. After you have eaten the bacteria, it can take around 24 hours to experience symptoms. If you still want to proceed with the diet, you'll need to be mindful of what type of meat you'll be putting in your body. You might want to stay away from chicken, since it tends to contain more harmful bacteria, such as Salmonella. Since chicken has a more porous structure, it is easier for bacteria to permeate deep into the meat. That is why if you are cooking chicken, you cannot simply sear the outside to kill all the germs. And that would quickly begin to get really expensive. However, according to raw meat fans, it'd all be worth it. They state that once your body gets used to eating uncooked beef, you are going to get a whole lot more nutrients and protein than you would from the cooked alternatives. In a serving, 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, of raw ground beef, you receive a whole 17.2 grams, 0.6 ounces, of protein. But, there's anything as too much protein. It may also increase your risk of severe health issues like cardiovascular disease, liver and kidney ailments, and even death. So maybe spending days eating raw meat is not the best idea. If you're going to go for a raw diet, it is best also to include raw vegetables, and receive nourishment from other foods instead of just raw beef. It is also essential to be aware that simply since our ancestors did something a certain way does not mean that we need to. We hope you are learning something new every day from our videos. If you want us to cover a specific topic, let us know in the comments section below. We are doing our bit to spread awareness about the common health conditions and exciting topics. Do your part by sharing this video with your friends and social circle. Thank you. Get value by subscribing our Get Value channel. Thank you.